It's great to be with you today as we once again take on some tough topics and drill down far enough to see if the topic at hand reveals the issues implied or if there's more to it. Let's begin at number 5 on the list of the biggest problems in America today, and that is the dysfunctionality of our political system. On the surface, it appears that our political institutions need to be better at governing. If they were better at that, we might be able to cope with all of the problems that we face in a more effective manner. The fact is that the two major political parties seem unable or unwilling to cooperate in passing the necessary legislation that would frame wise public policies. On the surface, we might easily blame this on the growing polarization of the American public and the current political culture. But wait, there is more to it. The polls show that the majority of the Americans indicate that they are supportive of the moderate positions on most issues. So that eliminates the polarization hypothesis. So again, we ask, how can the politicians be so dysfunctional? Since it's clearly not a legislative issue, it must be the lack of or absence of leadership. Leadership is a skill set that starts with a simple understanding of right and wrong, the understanding of when to be compassionate and when to be stern. To be a leader, it is paramount that one must have a clear understanding of the facts, and the resulting decisions must be rooted in a fair and equitable evaluation based on a single set of scales. We need to find a leadership guide for the politicians. And while we're looking, we need to find a leadership guide for our own lives too. Please understand that ultimately you are someone's leader. It may be that you're a leader for your wife or for your children. It may be your household or just yourself. But I guarantee you are a leader with leadership responsibilities. So what is our recommendation to our politicians? More specifically, what will become our leadership guide? What will be our go-to reference? What will be our calibration weight on the scales of justice? Now, whether this is your normal go-to reference guide or not, we must begin with the only reference manual for the human race. And that, of course, is the Bible. You will find that the inventor of humans understands the issues at hand, and they haven't ever changed. Writings inspired by God over 2,000 years ago are just as relevant today as they were when they were recorded. So what does the Bible say? What does God say about leadership? Proverbs 11:14 says, "Where there is no guidance, people fall, but in an abundance of counselors there is safety." Where there is no guidance, a people fall, but in an abundance of counselors there is safety. We see from this one passage that the way to address the fifth most serious problem in America in 2022 is to look at the leaders who surround themselves with upright counselors. So now let me ask you, how is it in your life? If you need a counselor or you don't have one, or the ones you rely on aren't exactly what you need, your local church is a great place to start. By the way, these church folks are all flawed just like you and I, but they generally rely on the same owner's manual that we've been discussing today. And although you will not find them perfect, you will find them to be understanding and loving, which is one of the great prerequisites for your personal entourage of counselors. But you see, in our short look into one sentence in the human owner's manual, the Bible, we have a better understanding of what is involved for success and true leadership. This understanding is not only key to eliminating the fifth biggest problem in America of 2022, but preemptively, when applied to your day-to-day challenges, this one sentence will change your life.